Hello and welcome to the 75th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined always by our co-host, Jordan.
That's
I almost
me.
called you a coast.
Like a coaster?
Coaster.
I have a coaster over here, man. But yeah, that's me. I'm the coaster, if you ever wondered. I'm not going to lie. When you said 75th, my brain reset by about 25 weeks and was like, isn't it the 23rd episode? Like,
What?
my brain was just like, reset.
I'm still like having trouble grasping that we've been doing this for 75 weeks.
I know. Inconsistently. Even
I've never
through
done
COVID.
anything this consistently.
Chris has never done anything for more than 7.5 minutes.
Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Except for sleep. You do that pretty good sometimes.
Oh, I'm real good at that.
Yeah, that's a good point, though, dude. 75 weeks.
What are we gonna do for 100? We're gonna have to like kill someone or something.
Probably Alex and
We're gonna have to do a red room. We're gonna have to like live stream us murdering someone.
Red Room, but it's gonna be the one from 50 Shades. Hell yeah, brother.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Synapse Misfire After Dark.
50 Shades
Bring
of
in a whole
Synapse
new-
Misfire.
Bringing a whole new S&M to our show.
Hell yeah, brother. But yeah, for 100, I don't know, maybe we just kill Alex, but the thing is, he is a pretty good guy when he comes on, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We do a full, unedited, one sitting playthrough of Guardians of the Galaxy.
You know what? That I might be down for.
And we just titled the video Game of the Year in all lowercase.
.mp4.
we recorded, and it's like we do it all in one shot too, so like our audio's all messed up, and it's like, how long is the game?
16 hours or so.
It's like a 16-hour long video, and our audio sounds like garbage.
Oh, man. And then we'll do a follow-up.
The quality of the game is like in fucking 480p.
But we'll do a follow-up the next year called Game of the Year .mp4, but every hour we bass boost it.
It gets louder every hour, and then by hour 16 it's like deafening.
Literally deafening. But that would actually be kind of funny. Oh, man. Something
That
like
would be
that
funny.
would be funny.
Every single year we upload a video called Game of the Year, and it's just a playthrough of Guardians of the Galaxy.
That would be kind of funny. Hard to do, though. Hard to do. I mean, you could probably blitz through it if
incredibly.
you had to, though. Like a lot less than 16 hours.
Incredibly difficult.
But, yeah. So, if you want to see that, let us know, first of all, at the email, synapsemisfire@pm.me.
Yeah, we're not going to do that, but if you want to see it, good for you.
I don't know, man. If, like, 100,000 people reply or, like, want to see that, I would go for it.
I guess, yeah.
I would go for it. But contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. As always, comments, questions, concerns, and death threats. You can always comment on YouTube if you're listening there. Or if you want to find us natively, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Pocket Casts, and, of course, the handy-dandy RSS feed. Put it into whatever app you want, except for Spotify. They don't let you do manual RSS, but we're on there natively, baby. Since, like, week 1, or week 2, I mean. Something like that.
Yeah, that was the first one.
So, surprisingly. But, yeah, you can check us out there. And, yeah, we're done. All right, that's the end of the show.
Yep,
6 minutes of content.
Forever. This is the last one.
Yes. Yeah. That's what we're going to do at 100, actually. We're going to stand on stage, right? We're going to rent.
We're going to rent a venue.
We're going to rent a venue. We're going to stand on stage and just go, and then walk away. And that's it. The show never gets created. We disappear off the face of the earth. You and I go into recluse. We go into hiding. We never appear. Ever. Again.
There's like, we hire a ton of extras. We like pack this theater full of people, like 1,000 people, and we just go, and everyone just erupts into applause, and we walk off stage, and we're never seen again in society.
Not even by our
anyone.
loved ones. Just gone.
Yeah, by anyone.
Yeah. Pretty much that. And then 10 years later, we upload a video called Game of the Year.mp4. Oh man. But yeah, actually, speaking of Game of the Year.mp4, this topic's really far down on our list, but I did want to give a huge shout out to Guardians of the Galaxy, my Game of the Year, for winning Narrative of the Year at the Game Awards.
Damn.
So, I fucking called it. What did I say? It's a great
game. Jordan, would you say that's actually your Game of the Year, or do you have something else?
Yeah, no, it's actually my Game of the Year.
I see.
100%. So,
I think my Game of the Year for this year is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Yeah, I'm happy that it just came out. I'm surprised they released it suddenly with like no information before launch. It just kind of came out.
all of a sudden.
Weird. My Game of the Year is Henry Cavill building a PC in a tank top. I played with myself a lot.
I didn't ask for what's in your, folder.
Titled Game of the Year.mp4. Oh boy.
I think my Game of the Year is Pong, actually.
Pong. Ooh, you know what a good one is? This was probably the most revolutionary game actually genuinely to come out this year. Tetris. Really impressive.
Yeah, I've heard about that one.
Yeah, I used to
It looks like real life.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's like photorealistic. I heard they used ray tracing, photogrammetry.
They used real blocks for it.
It's just a stop motion film.
It's claymation.
Oh shit. But
do you think they could do a game in claymation?
Ooh, I don't know. They could certainly build everything out of clay and then scan it and make that like the environment. But as for literally claymation, that's tough. Maybe. I'm just trying to think how it'd have to be a platformer. Logically, it'd have to be a platformer.
Yeah, probably.
You couldn't have like a third-person perspective game. Not really, anyway. Not 100% claymation. But yeah, probably a platformer. I could see it being done.
That would be interesting to see.
Yeah, they do all the character animations through claymation. They do, the environments through claymation, and then they just have it as like a side-scrolling thing. That could be kind of cool, actually. But yeah, that I would say Guardians of the Galaxy. Congrats to them. And also, Chris, you ready to be triggered?
Yes.
You know what the best-selling game of 2021 was?
Fortnite. I don't know. What was it?
It was Gavor, dude. It was Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh, really?
Yeah, best-selling game of the year.
I honestly forgot that came out this year. I thought that came out late last year.
I believe. Let me actually see when it truly launched. I believe it was October, which I believe it was October
really?
Of 2020, not 2021.
Oh, okay. I thought you said October of this year. Like, really? That doesn't seem right.
No. 2020. So,
if you told me that it was October 2021, I would actually have a crisis. I would be like, I'm losing way more time than I thought.
November of 2020. So it came out just before the new year and ended up being the best-selling game.
So it did come out late last year, so I was right.
Yeah. Yep. So it ended up being the best-selling game.
I bought it, so
cool. That was kind of cool to see. Granted,
I contributed to that, so I bought it.
Yeah, true. As did I. But yeah, that was two things I wanted to shout out. Gavor's best-selling of the year, and the Game Awards, they voted Narrative of the Year to Guardians of the Galaxy. So, see, I wasn't wrong. It's a great game.
I see. It might honestly be my Game of the Year.
Potentially.
I saw it was on sale, and I almost bought it, but I decided not to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I saw that, too. I might play it on the Steam Deck, man, when that shit comes out.
Steam Deck.
Steam Deck, yes. I keep seeing more stuff about that, and I'm getting immensely more excited. And it's kind of a bad thing, because I'm like, really hope I don't get disappointed on this one.
What if it's bad?
What if it's Steam sucks,
Jesus.
Valve has a bad history with hardware as well. They don't really support their hardware. Like the Steam controller, they drop support for it. The Steam boxes, they drop support for it. They pretty much launch them, and they're like either good or okay, and then they just never support them after that. It's usually that's Valve's motif.
I guess. I remember you could get the Steam controller for, like, nothing.
You could get it for 99 cents when they were getting rid of it and discontinuing it. I really wish I had bought one.
Yeah. Yeah, you could get one. I think it was, like, times where it was, like, $5, and there's times where it was, like, $1.
Yeah.
And you just had to pay, like, $8 for shipping or something.
Yeah, exactly. I wish I had bought one, too, because I hear it's actually a pretty good controller, truthfully. It's just big.
Is it?
Yeah, I've heard as a controller goes, it has a lot of mappable features and things like that that make it actually really good, but it's just big and clunky, and like I said, never got much support from Valve or from games that really utilized it. Who would have thought that a PC hardware would get underutilized in game development?
PC hardware?
Yeah.
Not utilized in game development? Crazy.
Right. But, yeah, dude. Did I tell you Oscar went to the vet?
You had mentioned that, yeah. That he was going.
Yeah, he went to the vet, dude. We brought him there. We were like, hey, he needs a rabies shot. He needs his nails trimmed. And then the lady was like, you want to do blood work because he's old? And I was like, yeah, why not? If he'll let you.
Yeah, and he's a fat bitch.
And he's a fat bitch. But, Chris, he's 3 for 3, I'm happy to report.
Go ahead. He's 3 for 3 in what?
Well, he's been to 3 vets, and he's been banned from 3 vets.
Why?
For being too aggressive.
Really?
Yeah, he was taken
I
to
didn't
the
know
vet.
Oscar was capable of being aggressive.
I know. We took him to 2 vets, and they didn't want to see him. One was technically like a Petco or whatever. It was like their veterinary area, so I would hardly classify it as a vet. Then we took him to a real vet in our area, and then this was an animal hospital we took him to, and brought him in. The lady was like, oh, yeah, okay, we'll do what we can, and came back out about 20 minutes later, and goes, I'm going to give you sedative. Don't bring him back ever again unless he's on sedative. And I was like,
wow.
Oh. I was like, oh, okay.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, I now have a bottle of sedative that I don't think I'm going to use, so.
My cat's not, like, particularly happy about going to he was, like, really mad the first couple times, but, like, he's been there so many times now that, like, he's just, like, he's upset about the situation, but, like, he's not crazy.
Yeah, no, he's no longer allowed to go, so that's cool.
The first time we brought him, I think there was 2, like, nurses who, like, held him down, and then the doctor had to give him his vaccine.
Yeah.
While he was screaming and hissing and clawing, and he was upset.
That's as far as they got with him. She brought him in for the rabies shot, nail cut, and the blood work, and they got the rabies shot, and then they were like, yeah, take him back. Like, we just can't. So, yeah. So I came to the conclusion, I've cut his nails before. I've just had to kind of pin him down. But I've come to the conclusion that if I'm going to bother giving my cat sedative that they had me buy, I'm not driving him 45 minutes to the vet. I'm just going to give him sedative and cut the shit myself.
Yeah, honestly.
So, but I don't even think I'm going to give him sedative because he's old. I just don't even want to sedate him.
Yeah, I mean, my cat isn't, like, I can trim his nails. Like, he's less upset with the fact I'm trimming his nails and more upset with the fact that I'm touching his paws.
Yeah, Oscar's the other way around, actually. He'll let me hold his paw all day, but when he sees me have cutters, he'll do that thing where they like roll their paw underneath itself, and he'll just tuck it. That's what he does, so. He's kind of the other way around. He's like, oh, you can touch my paw or whatever. Like, I'll hold his arms all the time, but then he's like, oh, you have cutters? Nah, not happening.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. But he doesn't attack. That's the best part. He doesn't hiss. He doesn't attack. He'll just pull his arm away gently and then look at you. But apparently with the vet, he tried to kill.
He's just, bruh.
He's like, bro, stop. Enough. But apparently the vet, he literally tried to murder them. The guy brought him out, so the woman took him in, and then a guy brought him out holding the cage. The guy was holding the cage like as far away from himself as he could, and he goes, he is not happy as he handed him to me. I turn it around, I look at Austin, he's just chilling in there, like licking his paw, and I see like pieces of fur, so I'm like, yeah, he put up a fight. I can tell. He might have drawn blood.
It's like he's holding a demon.
The guy,
this is a little cat.
The guy handed it to me like he was about to hand me like a little baby monkey that would try to rip someone's face off. He's like, here you go. This guy's just ripping people's faces apart. Like, yo, it's a cat. But he did lose weight. Good for Oscar. He's not 18 pounds anymore. He's only 15.6.
Good job, Oscar. That's weird though. My cat's like 15 pounds and he's not that big.
Yeah, your cat's long though, which I don't really know how long Oscar is. I'll have to measure him someday, but
Like I guess, yeah. My cat's really big for not being like a Maine Coon or something.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's 3 for 3 with the vets. They don't really want to see him, so.
Damn, they don't want him around.
Nope.
Poor boy.
He gets into like a bar fight, and they're just like, get this fucking guy.
That's crazy. I can't picture him angry.
I know. I wish they'd videotape it.
Yeah, honestly.
But yeah, like I've seen him mad. Like when he got neutered when he was younger, he was angry when he got home. He came off the sedative, and he was just like growling and he was just walking around growling.
When my cat got neutered, that's what the vet warned me about. Like he's probably gonna be upset when like he's, aware, more alert. And then like he was just like, I got home and I was like, oh, the cat's gonna be pissed, and he was just like, hey, what's up? And that was it.
Yeah, no.
Same thing when he got his surgery to get the tape pulled out of his intestines. He was like kind of upset because he was sore, but like he wasn't particularly crazy. Like he wasn't angry.
Yeah, no. When Oscar got fixed, he came home. We let him out of the cage, and he was just walking around, breathing so heavy and growling under his breath. Like he wasn't even mad at us. Like he wasn't attacking us. He was just walking.
Mad that his nuts were gone, dude.
He was just walking.
It's like, come on, man.
All you heard was him walking, and you just heard a slight like as he's walking, and then he would make it like 10 feet. And then all of a sudden, he would just like wide eye and just stare at you, and you're like, "I didn't do anything, bro. I didn't do nothing.
I'm sorry."
Yeah. And then he came off the drugs and fell asleep for like a day. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's chilling. That's the thing, dude. Is he's so calm. Like literally, I think you can see him in my phone camera. He's just sleeping on a beanbag behind me, and he's like the calmest cat ever. But as soon as you bring him to the vet. Every vet I brought him to is just like, take this fucking little monster. And I'm like, man, I wish you could see him like not being a dick because he's so nice.
Chunk was sleeping a second ago, but then he heard someone come in the door, so he had to run up and meow at them. You can't pet him, but he'll yell at you.
Yeah, he's just telling you to get out.
Basically, yeah.
He's like, I have some private time.
You'll go to pet him, and he'll just like his head will contract into itself.
Pretty much, yeah. He pretty much just pulls it in. He's like a turtle. Snaps his head inside.
Yeah, he's weird.
Yeah. But, yeah, so that's Oscar's vet visit story. Also, we had a Christmas special. And you got me that Get Taller book, Chris, and I just wanted to report in.
How's that going for you?
So I wanted to report in on the effectiveness of it. So I've been following the instructions, the dieting, the exercising, things like that, for about, 2 weeks now, roughly, maybe a week and a half. And I don't feel any taller. My measurement, I was maybe like a 1/4 inch taller. But I do have to say, my dick is like 8 times longer, dude. It went from like 1/8 of an inch, dude, to I'm almost at 1 inch now, dude. It was quite impressive.
Almost.
It depends if I woke up on the right side or not.
Of course. I thought you were going to be like, yeah, I actually got a foot shorter.
I followed the instructions in the book, and I'm actually paralyzed now.
I'm actually dead.
But, yeah, so that, I will have to say, I think that what they meant by taller might have been something else. I'm not sure why there's like an 8-year-old girl on the cover, but still.
Well, that's, it's from like, I don't know. You know how it is.
Do I, Chris? Do I know how it is?
It's from like Epstein's Island or something.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, boy. But, yeah. So, there's that. And, yeah. I'll continue to report it on the effectiveness. So. I see. I do have to say, Chris, that, very nice gift there. It's helped me greatly in my endeavors. And also, the Dirty Buds that you got me, I told you this, but I don't think I reported it.
How are those going for you?
I don't think I reported it on the podcast, but I did tell you in person. That port on the bottom, that is in fact a lightning port.
Which is just astounding.
And I firmly believe that it is a lightning port stripped off of an old iPhone.
which is astounding.
So, yeah. I was nervous charging these. Like, I plugged them in, and they were on my bed, and I was like, I am going to burn this apartment to the ground.
Yeah, it's like, I probably shouldn't put this on a flammable surface.
I was like, this is just not good. This just ain't it, Chief. But I will report and say the sound quality is actually pretty good. And I'm impressed that they managed to make one earbud quieter than the other. So, you know.
Of course. You get your quiet one and your good one.
Yeah, exactly. So you get the quiet one and the good one. And if you accidentally have only one in, then just, it is what it is. But, no, they're pretty good. They blend in. Everyone thinks that I have AirPods, so like, whoa, check it out. Flip phone and AirPods, and then they see the bright blue light, and yeah,
gives it away immediately.
Gives it away immediately that these are the dirtiest of dirty buds. But on to worse audio equipment. I found an issue, a gripance, some would say, with my XM4s.
What?
Got a pretty big gripance, Chris. Pretty big one. It's going to be a deal breaker.
What is it? What is it?
Whenever I have them, you know how you have, obviously, both headphones, and you have, like, the adjustment band where you pull it and it goes, like, and it's bigger or smaller or whatever?
Yeah.
No matter what, when the headphones are idle, if I let them hang under their own weight, they click into the first position, and I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
What do you mean? Like, if you just hold them like by the headband, the ear cups will fall
by one notch? Yeah, they'll slip down just one notch.
What? Dude, I think these are like $300 headphones. How are they made so
$369 to be exact.
These are like $400 headphones. How are they made so bad?
Yeah, so I'm kind of mad about that. But I mean, it's not a huge issue.
My XM3s, I got used on eBay, and they don't even do that.
Yeah. So I'm not exactly the happiest about that. But I'll get over it, I guess, maybe. Other than that, they're still great. I do think that they're still the nicest headphones I've ever tried in terms of, like, even the build quality, because I've always just had cheap, like, gamer headphones, and those are never built well. I've never experienced like true
that's
studio
the thing,
headphones.
Though, but they're not built like $400 headphones should be built.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there.
They're made out of crap. They should be like, there should be at least a little metal on them.
Yeah, you would think so. So actually,
it's all like creaky plastic.
Fun fact: the Giraffe Man at work, he has the XM3s, and he was actually, for some reason, I was surprised. I didn't even know he listened. He was listening to the podcast last, or the one before, where I got these, and I mentioned that I liked them, and you said yours are creaky, and he was like, he had his. He was like, oh, let me check this out. He started playing with them. He's like, oh, they're not creaking. So he starts flexing them and doing things. And then all of a sudden, he bends them a certain way, and they start creaking. And he's like, fuck, I shouldn't have done that.
See? My, these headphones I have on now, these, my Audio-Technica AT50s, or whatever they're called, the headband, like, it's wrapped in leather, and the inside is metal.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, these are built better than those, and these cost $120.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish they were slightly better build quality. Like, they're still incredibly comfortable, and they sound fantastic, and the noise cancellation is just amazing. But I do wish they were, maybe a bit more stout, a bit more robust, because I honestly feel better about dropping my Galaxy Buds than these, to be honest.
Well, there's less to go wrong with those.
True. So for a little context for our audio listeners, this conversation takes place just after Chris's dad informed us that his Hummer is being sold for a plethora, to say the least, of reasons. So this was kind of the discussion that took place after. The rest was obviously cut. So just a little context for you.
That is a Dodge moment. I'm surprised the transmission lasted that long.
Yeah, what did that thing have? 240,000, was it?
Something ridiculous like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Probably not factoring. That's probably why.
Maybe, because the transmission on, like, any... That's, like, their thing, their Achilles heel. The transmission on any Dodge vehicle will just blow up.
Hey, Chris, am I supposed to have a clutch in the passenger seat?
I know they're automatics. Like, I've seen guys that have, like, Oh, this is my Cummins that I got 1,000,000 miles on. Oh, I've had 14 transmissions though.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's always the damn transmission. Makes sense. Well, that's what we're talking about. Headphones, XM4s. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff we
XM4.
can cut back into the show. What's up?
Yep, I was going to say the XM4s, what they have made me realize, though, is that for all their awesome features, the pass-through, so like the ambient noise to talk to people or whatever,
Yeah.
it's okay. Like, it's good. Or it's alright. I can get by with it. But what it has truly made me realize is just how exceptional the pass-through is on the Galaxy Buds that I've had in the past and the ones I have now. Because when I put it on, generally speaking, if I'm not in a loud environment like with water or tools or things like that, voices are perfect. It sounds like I literally don't have anything in. But with the XM4s, everything's really muffled. It's like I have a pillow over my head and I'm talking to you. It's weird. So I do have to say that's one thing that made me realize. But I still love the headphones. Still very happy with them, especially for the price I got them for. So $200.
Yeah. The thing is with like those headphones, like as good as they are, I wouldn't pay full price for them.
Yeah, not unless they had a better build quality, like if they have XM5s or whatever, and they resort to metal or they add some crazy features that I like, then yeah, I agree.
Like as much as like people gave Apple shit for like making those headphones, the AirPods Max or whatever.
$650, yeah.
Making 650. Oh, I thought they were 900.
No,
But $650 is like they're built really well for $650. So you got to give them credit for that.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing Apple does.
They're all
Apple
like
doesn't
aluminum and
Apple doesn't build shitty stuff. Like their iPhones,
yeah, they don't usually build crap.
Robust. Like that's just the end of the story. Like yeah, they had their issues with the iPhone 6 where it was like paper thin because they wanted to be the thinnest phone and it bent. Sure, okay, cool. But the materials themselves that they build out of are not bad. That's what happens. You take aluminum and you make it half a millimeter thinner than the previous generation, which was already thin as shit. It's going to bend even easier than the previous generation because it's half a millimeter thinner or whatever.
Exactly.
So it makes sense that when they shrunk it down, that's what happened. But now, like, dude, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they did this with the 12 or the 13, whatever the fuck they're on. Their Pro lineup of phones, the iPhone, I think it was the 11, the 12, the Pros of those, the sides are titanium. They're not aluminum, they're titanium. It's aluminum on the base models, but it's titanium on the higher ends. I don't know if they still do it for the 13, but they used to for their older phones. And it was nice. It's more expensive, but it was really high quality materials.
Yeah, I just feel like there's not a lot of like instances where it makes, especially if it's something like that, like a phone or like headphones or like something you're going to be interacting with every day, something that's subject to be like being dropped.
Or put in a bag and tossed around.
Yeah, like I don't think it makes sense to make it out of plastic anymore.
Yeah, unless it's something like earbuds in a way, because you wouldn't want to have
or
like
if
metal.
Well, I guess if you think about it, like tools, like power tools, they're made out of like plastic, but it's like this fiberglass plastic that's like if you drop it, it's like gonna bend before it breaks.
It'll damage the floor that it hits first. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, like it's made out of like super plastic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. So, overall, I mean, these headphones are incredibly nice, but yeah, I kind of see where the build quality is a little lackluster, but I still adore them. Like, they're still the best pair of headphones I've ever owned, so I do really like them.
They're still decent headphones, it's just I think they cost too much for what they're made of.
Yeah, I think, like, they have all the features and the sound, and they have the backing, right, behind the actual product. Like, okay, this is a really nice headphone. But then you get them in your hand, and you're like, you have expectations of like, okay, I'm paying $400 or close to $400. Actually, you would be paying like $400 after taxes, and you're like, okay, this is gonna feel stout. This is gonna be rigid. This is gonna be really nice headphones. And like, you see the box, you're like, ooh, the box is actually pretty damn nice on these. And then you open it up, and you're like, oh yeah, they look pretty sleek. And then you put them on, and you're like, oh, well, okay, they sound and perform great, but the actual build quality. Like, even when I'm moving it, I can hear little creaks and things like you were saying. You're like, oh, okay. You know, that kind of sucks. But I still do enjoy
how it is.
Yeah, but that's everything. Everything's plastic nowadays. Plastic is like the worst thing to have ever been invented because it's so helpful, and now everything is made out of it because it's way cheaper.
Honestly, Honestly, yeah, because it's cheap to make, but it's like also like the worst if you care about this sort of thing, the worst for the planet. It's terrible for the planet.
Yeah, absolutely
And
terrible.
uh and it just makes things worse
Yeah. Yep.
usually. So, you
Yes,
know,
sir. But yeah, that's what I got, Chris. You have some things you want to talk about? Some topics?
the day I had yesterday.
Uh-oh. What happened?
So, all right. Yesterday, mission was simple. I thought it was supposed to rain all weekend, so I was like, all right, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be able to do anything. But no, it wasn't raining yesterday. So, my mission yesterday, I wanted to, because I know that, like, on the Fiesta ST, because of the torque vectoring, the brake pads in the front wear out really quick. So, my brake pads are making a hell of a lot of noise. It's like, all right, I'm going to check that, and I need to do an oil change. But I'm going to check this first so that if I need brakes, I'm only going to make one trip to the parts store.
Yeah.
So, turns out I don't need brakes. The reason it's making noise is because, one of the, well, I guess I do technically need brakes, but it's not because they're worn. The brake pad is, like, messed up in a way, and it's like, I think it might have been the rotor initially was messed up, so now they're kind of cutting into each other, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's grinding and making noise. But what I'm going to do is, like, not soon, probably come springtime, I'm just going to replace all my pads and rotors and do it right. Because apparently no one can. So I'm going to do it right.
Yep.
And I wanted to do an oil change. Okay? Because I need an oil change.
Understandably.
So, I think, simple. I've done oil changes before. They're one of the simplest things you can do on your car. So, I go to the store. I get my oil, my filter. On my way home, get my car up on the ramps. I'm under my car. First thing I noticed, my oil filter is just behind the classic Ford move. My oil filter is behind a bunch of bullshit. There's kind of a way you can finagle it around to get it out. So I didn't think that would be that big of an issue. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I get my oil pan, my drain pan, and I move the drain pan under it, and I try to go for the fill bolt, the drain plug bolt.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you this thing was in there, it was in there. Okay?
Jesus.
I went at it with like 2 or 3 wrenches. My dad tried it. I went at it with my impact. Fucking thing would not budge at all.
Holy shit.
Whatever fucking asshole did it last time, whatever moron did it last time, it's probably one of those quick change places or some dipshit at CarMax before they sold it to me, did that, and they just let it have it with the fucking air impact, like the pneumatic impact gun, and just laid into it or put like Loctite on it or some stupid shit. So now I have to hire someone to do the oil change for me. Because they're going to have to either round off the bolt or try to get it off, round it off, and then drill through it and, like, figure that out. Or they're going to have to, like, get at it with, like, a breaker bar and a cheater bar, and they're going to have to, like,
really
go at it while it's on a lift.
Yeah. So you're not.
Because I don't have the room on my driveway.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just trying to do an oil change.
The basic
but
maintenance.
Because someone who was paid to do an oil change couldn't do it properly, now I can't do it.
That's fucking crazy.
It was just really frustrating. It's just like it's these the hack job or like the quick change places, because it's always the quick change places who are like, they hire someone who's like our age or younger, who just like doesn't know what fucking planet they're on because they're on drugs or whatever. Yeah. And they just like, oh, well, you get this in and out, and you put the oil change 5 minutes, and put that, and they fucking put the bolt back in.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, Torque spec? No. We're torquing this to 1,000 foot-pounds.
Torque spec, what do we got? Oh, 10,000 PSI compressor? All right, cool. All of it.
What's the torque spec on this? 20 foot-pounds? Okay, we, rule of thumb is we go 1,000 times what it says.
Just
So
to
we're
make
doing
sure.
20,000 foot-pounds
Yeah.
on this one.
Yeah. And then we put Loctite.
So, oh yeah, and then we put extra strength Loctite.
Yeah. And then we forget
On
the
it.
oil when we start it.
Yeah, and we forget the oil. We rev the engine to redline until it stops working.
Yeah. Exactly.
So there was that. And I was trying to do an oil change, like basic maintenance, and I couldn't because of whoever did it last time. Just either Loctited the thing or something like that.
That's some bullshit.
So I couldn't do that. And I'm getting like more and more of the feeling of like whoever owned this car was like a moron.
Yeah. Or whoever did the
owned
work
this car
for
before
them
me.
was a fucking moron. Like if they had a friend who did it or something.
No, I just think like them in general was stupid.
Why is that?
Just because like, right. I'm assuming you're buying a Fiesta ST. You have to know like a little bit about cars, I imagine, right? Because it's like an enthusiast thing. They don't market it crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, not a ton of people were buying them. So you have to know like a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah, makes sense.
And just like this guy, like he must have never rotated the tires. The brakes and rotors are messed up, like I said. And there's like, I'm pretty sure he must have tried to put something on the roof of the car because there's like scratches in the paint, which I don't care about a ton because it's not like crazy noticeable. And if I did like basic paint correction, I could fix it.
Yeah.
But like it's still like ridiculous because the guy didn't own the car very long.
Yeah, it's got less than 30,000 miles, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got like 25,000, 5,000 of which I've put on it.
That's crazy.
And it's like this guy who or whomever owned it was just like a moron with it the whole time. I'm thinking it's like some kid with his first car. His parents spoiled him and bought them his $26,000 car outright on his like 16th birthday, and then he just did idiot shit with it.
Yeah, and then he got grounded and the parents sold it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, probably some stupid shit like that.
It's just stupid. It's foolish.
Yeah, nothing frustrates me more than like little things like that. And Letsy can attest to this because we were putting new headlights in my car yesterday that I got, and just like there's a Tinnerman clip that's missing for where the bolt goes that I dropped that frustrated me. Then there's these notches. So on my car you have to take out the whole headlight assembly. You can't just go over the top. There's these notches it has to fit in that it wasn't fitting in, and I just get frustrated so easily with it. And then after all that, I've never taken off the air filter housing. So I've taken off the actual housing on top to replace the filter. But the actual intake where it is, that piece, I've never actually taken that off. And as I was putting everything back together, I noticed the bolts just aren't tightened. It's just backed out all the way to the last like 6 threads. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I tighten all those up, and I'm just like, I hate little shit like that, dude. It frustrates me so much.
It is annoying. It's like at the very least, like if you're gonna do your own maintenance, at least do it properly. Or like if it's a like a car that I can understand if it's like, oh, this car is worth like less than $1,000, and if I put a ton of time and money into it, I might as well just scrap it and get a new car. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Then like you don't have to like, but at least keep up with basic stuff and do it somewhat properly. But like if it's like, oh, I need this specific OEM part that costs $600, but I could achieve the same thing by cutting 2 wires and splicing them together, that's fine. But if it's like, oh, this is like a new car, this car's like less than 5 years old, and I'm gonna do this myself, and I'm gonna do it incorrectly.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's
true. Even worse, if you get paid as a mechanic to do work on someone else's car, at least, for the love of God, do it properly.
Yeah, I know.
It's literally your job.
That's the scary part, too. That's why I don't like taking my car to mechanics. That's why I do everything myself that I can.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, I would never go in for an oil change because I genuinely just wouldn't trust that they even did it. Like, they'd have to somehow prove to me, like, if I had a filter in there that I knew was fucking blue and I knew the brand and I remembered it, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, show me the old filter. But, like, they're not going to just do that. They're going to take your car, be gone for a little bit, and then bring it back. So, I don't really trust it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Is like I wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
Unless it's something like you really need, like if you have like an AC issue, like that's like a thing you need because it's just an equipment thing.
Yeah.
It's like they're gonna have the thing to recycle the refrigerant and put the exact amount in there, and that machine is like $5,000. I'm not gonna do it so I'm not gonna buy this $5,000 machine so I can use it twice.
Yeah. Yeah, or like in your case where the oil lug is fucked up, so you're like, okay, gotta send it in now. But at least now you have some sort of proof that it's done too, because they're obviously gonna have a new oil lug at the end of it probably.
They're gonna have to probably replace that, yeah.
Yeah, if not the pan itself, if they can't get the actual fucking threads out, or if they can't drill it out right, you know.
Dude, I swear, dude, if it's a situation where like he goes under there and like, yeah, there's Loctite all over this, I am going to sniff out whoever owned this vehicle and I'm gonna go shoot them. I'm going to kill them.
The guy comes up here.
There's red Loctite all over this place, all over this drain plug. He is going to wake up with my hands around his throat.
Loctited to his neck.
Yeah.
Cause
He's gonna look out his window. Is that my old car? Is that my old car? And I'm going to be in his window.
he fucking
Say, hey, open up.
the mechanic comes up to you. He's like, hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. There is super glue holding this oil pan on. Chris just immediately leaves. Comes back with the
snap my
guy's
fingers
hand.
and I teleport to the guy's house.
Oh shit!
And I teleport back with all of his organs in a bag.
All of his organs in a bag. You're like, will this be adequate payment? The guy's like, what the fuck? Like,
How did you do that?
oh shit! I don't know why you have a car if you can teleport, but yeah.
I just like car.
Car fun. That's funny though. Hey, have you
So, yeah, what's up?
Have you? I was gonna ask. Do you have something else with your car?
No, I was gonna move on to something else.
I was gonna say, have you seen the new Spider-Man movie or heard anything about it?
I have not.
So we went and saw it. Great movie. I advise go see it. Definitely go see it. I wanna do a spoiler cast eventually. Once you see it, not like a spoiler cast, but get into it a little bit. But it's the exceptional movie. You should see. I'm actually rewatching the old ones.
That's great. I have another movie thing to talk about, but I have to really pee, so give me a second.
Ooh, yeah. Can I watch?
Sure.
Alright, just getting acetaminophen for. Let's see. Alright. Alright, I'm good.
Alright. I had another movie thing I wanted to talk about.
I am
So
interested.
I'm not like a huge movie guy, but I saw a movie last night.
What movie was that?
So, they apparently made a new Home Alone movie.
Yes, I did see that. It looks like shit.
Straight to Disney Plus. I paid for a Disney Plus subscription to watch this movie.
Really?
Yeah, because I saw a video about it, and then I was like, I gotta see this.
It looks so awful.
So,
Please tell me it's awful.
I watched it, and okay, so the way they lay out the story, it's awful. But if you picture it through a different lens, it's a bit better, right? So okay, same setup as every other Home Alone movie.
Yep.
Kid gets left at home, house gets broken into, right? But here's the thing. It's not like a reboot where it's like, oh, it's Kevin McAllister, but it's like,
A new kid.
It's a reboot thing. No, it's just some fat British kid.
I was gonna say, isn't it a fat British kid? Yeah.
It's a fat British kid.
And he's like annoying.
And the robbers are this couple. It's like this couple who is like really down on their luck, and they're really like in a financial hardship because the husband lost his job, and the woman is a teacher, so she can't afford anything because teachers don't get paid anything. And they have to sell their house because, you know, they're just they can't afford to keep the house.
Yeah.
So what happens? And the opening scene is basically they're doing an opening house. They're doing an open house for the house. They're showing the house. And the fat British kid gets introduced, and he's just being a little bastard already. He's just complaining. He's like, I drank too much soda pop. I need to pee. And these people are like 5 minutes from their house, by the way. It's like they're really close to their house. So he's like, all right, whatever. The mom of the kid pulls into this open house and is like, just pretend that we're here to buy the house. You can use the bathroom here. So they go to the house. Kid uses the bathroom. The kid talks to the husband for a while. Like 5 actual minutes. And the mom comes back to retrieve the kid and notices that the husband is like, he's pulling stuff out of his closet, and in the box, in one of the boxes, there's like a doll. And she notices this doll, and I guess she says, the doll's worth a lot of money. It's worth a lot of money. And then he's like, oh, we'll have to sell it then. And then the kid and the mom leave, and the doll is gone. Okay? Mm-hmm. Leading you to think the kid took the doll, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the couple goes to the house, and the family's like just leaving for vacation already.
The fat kid's family, right?
Yeah, the fat kid's family. They're leaving for their vacation already, right? So the couple goes to the house. Fat kid's family's leaving. In the process of leaving, the husband's trying to talk to like one of the family members, and it's just not going well. But in the process, the husband notices, okay, they leave a key to the house under a potted plant on the doorstep, and their code for their security system, they say it out loud, is like 1112 or something. So he has the key to this house that he knows is going to be empty, and he has the code to the security alarm. So he's like, you know, we're just going to go in and get the doll.
Mm-hmm. So this is the guy who was selling his house with his wife, the teacher, thinking that the fat kid stole it. He has access to the kid's house now.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's talking to his wife, and they spend a lot of the movie, like, this isn't a decision they take lightly. It's like they spend a lot of the movie just debating back and forth, like, are we really going to do this? Are we really going to commit possibly a felony to get this stupid doll back?
Huh.
And it's like they finally do it, and turns out fat British kid is home, and he notices the plan of the couple, and he sets up all these traps. And it's supposed to be like, oh, look, the kid is winning. No, this kid is out to kill these poor people.
Wow,
it's these poor people who are down on their luck, and they're trying to, like, they're really struggling with this decision. Like, it's a morality thing.
They kind of just want to cut their losses. Yeah, I gotcha.
They go into the house, and this little kid is trying to murder them. He's shooting them with pool balls. He sets one of them on fire, literally.
Oh my god.
And there's a point where after it's the wife of the couple, the woman, she gets set on fire, and then the kid like rigged up the hose to like just spray like upwards or something into her face. So she turns on the hose and she gets sprayed in the face, and she falls backwards into the snow and just breaks down crying.
Oh.
It's such a sad movie. And then she like did this woman, she also gets like, she opens the attic to the house at one point and gets shot with a Nerf gun that's loaded with darts that have needles in the tip.
Jesus Christ.
And for the rest of the scenes in the house, she's got needle darts sticking out of her face.
What the fuck?
It's such a brutal, like, oddly brutal movie. And it's sad. But if you think about it from the other side of, like, oh, the robbers are the good guys in this, which they never portray them as such.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are the good people in this scenario, and the kid is evil.
Yeah.
They never portray it as such. And also the whole, like, where it's kind of a big thing where, in the first Home Alone, where Kevin really starts to miss his family, like, genuinely.
Yeah.
It's so forced in this one. The British kid, he's like, I just miss my family. And it just comes out of literally nowhere, like an hour into the movie.
Oh, man. Yeah, because in the first one, you're right. Like, Kevin starts to be like, damn, I'm kind of lonely out here, not going to lie.
Exactly, yeah. And then at the end, right? And then at the end, the couple is like, they finally corner this kid, and they're like, listen, we're just here to talk to you, man. And the kid comes downstairs, and, like, through all this rigging that he's done, there's a chandelier in the house that slowly starts to loosen itself from the ceiling, and all this rigging he's done is really loosen the chandelier. And then at the end, the kid and the couple, they're talking, and the chandelier falls and almost kills them. All of them.
Does it actually land on them or right in the side of them?
It lands in such a way that, like, none of them get hit, but it's really close.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they're like, oh, we just wanted the stupid doll back. And it turns out, by the way, kid didn't even have the doll. He didn't even have it.
Jesus.
It was a misunderstanding.
So who had it? Does it ever get found?
So, okay, so what happened was, this is earlier in the movie, the couple, for Christmas, the husband, his brother, shows up, and his brother's kid took the doll.
Oh, bro.
So that's what's revealed at the end. And then, like, at the end, the mom gets the kid back, and then they just all become friends. And it flash forwards to a year later, and they're all having Christmas dinner together.
After the son, the fat British kid, tried to kill them.
Tried to kill these two people.
Maybe they're just doing it out of fear.
Maybe.
Keep your enemies close, right? Or closer.
It's, like, oddly weird. Like, it's, like, oddly grotesque, some of the bits they do, where, like, the kid puts a thumbtack on the security system, like, keypad. So the guy goes to disable the thing, and he pushes it, and there's a close-up shot of a thumbtack going straight into the guy's finger.
Oh, damn. Now, this...
It is brutal.
I remember this movie simply because I used to be like, oh, fat British kid trying to be Kevin McAllister, cool. But do you know if it's British made or if it was American made?
I don't think so.
Casting, I mean?
I don't think so because it's... No one else is British other than the mom and the kid.
Interesting. That is weird. Yeah.
Everyone, it's in America, obviously America, because everyone else is American.
And they drive on the
They
left.
drive on the right side of the road.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Oh, did you
it's
say
not
American?
British made.
Oh, okay.
I just feel like they were just like, oh, let's just put a British kid in this one.
Yeah. They needed some, like, diversity. They're like, Disney Plus needs some diversity. Let's get a
Like, you know
kid.
what? You know who's not getting enough representation in film? The Brits.
Yeah. Yep.
And just, like, I just, like, hated this child at the end of the movie. I hated him.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Home Alone was, like, the whole point was the arc. The kid is, like, I hate my family. Then he gets put in a dangerous situation where he kind of fends for himself, and then he's kind of like, damn, I miss my family. This kid just sounds like he was like, I hate my family, I still hate my family, and I want to beat the shit out of people.
But here's the thing, too, is this whole, like, I hate my family moment is, like, it doesn't translate, because this kid is, like, he acts like an 80-year-old man. He's like, he's got all his cousins there, and they're all playing video games, and they're playing with Legos, and they're playing virtual reality, and instead of being like, I want to get in on this seems like a good time, he's just like, you know what, I want to go home. I was like, I don't want to be here. I want to be somewhere quiet, so I'm going to go out into the garage, mind you, and this is a very wealthy family, by the way. Mm-hmm. So you don't even really feel bad for him. he's gonna go out and go into his family's BMW and watch cartoons. And he sits there and falls asleep in the BMW, and that's how he gets left at home.
What the fuck?
I hated the outcome of this movie. At the end of the movie, like, the credits rolled, and I threw my hands in the air. I was like, I don't know what I hated this.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Home Alone.
There was one bit that genuinely made me really laugh, though.
What?
There's a couple scenes where a mom is on the flight home. Because they're in Japan. That's where they took their vacation to. So she's on the flight home, and there's this, like, next to her in the plane, there's this fat dude who just keeps looking at her screen, and he just looks like a frog. And then there's a scene where he's asleep, and he's, like, drooling on her and rubbing his face on her. That made me laugh. I don't know. I was like, that's disgusting. But I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Comedic timing, things like that. Yeah. Oh.
That was a horrific movie.
Yeah, what would you rate it?
It depends. Like, if I'm watching it to watch a bad movie, it's like an 8. But if I'm watching it, like, as a film, it's like a fucking -3.
Really?
I hate it. I hated, like, how... If I'm watching it from the perspective they want you to see it through, it's like a -3. If you watch it from that different perspective of, like, oh, these are kind of like anti-heroes, then it's like a 6. It's still not an incredible movie.
What about for, like, comedy value?
Oh, it's like a 1.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
There's that one bit that made me chuckle, but it wasn't
anything substantial.
No, I wasn't like, ha 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 ha.
The Witcher 3 made you laugh more.
Yeah. So.
That's funny. Yeah, if you want good laughs, you don't watch Home Alone. You watch Synapse Misfire, baby.
Yeah, sure. Good wholesome family time.
Wholesome family time. You get your kids, get your wife, get your husband, get whoever you want. Just get them all. You know?
Get your kids, your wife, and your husband. All of them.
Yeah, man. You gotta have a husband handy, you know?
You have a husband and a wife.
Yeah.
Only thruples can watch this show.
Essentially. Dude, my back feels like I'm about to sever my fucking vertebrae.
Are you getting old? What's happened?
I don't know. I just have this pressure at the lower part of my back where it meets, like, my fucking pelvis that just feels like I have vertebrae that are fucking sideways.
That's probably not good.
Oh, I got a nice crack out of it, though. Alright. That's a bit better. Now they only feel like they're at 45s, maybe.
So, in conclusion...
Home Alone 2021.
Watch the new Home Alone. I think it's still a good time.
Yeah, probably a good fun time for, like, a group of boys or something.
It's like these two people, and they just can't win. And then finally they get the doll, and then they sell the doll, and they can pay for their house, and it's a whole thing.
Happy ending. After they have to pay for their facial reconstruction surgery.
Yeah, dude, it's like these people should have died.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know.
There's like a scene where, like, I'm almost certain, I'm like, these people both broke every single one of their ribs.
Yeah, no, I know. That's
And the scene where they get the doll back, mind you, the brother's kid, he's at the top of the stairs and he's got this doll and he throws it off the top of the stairs. There's this slow motion scene where they're trying to catch the doll and they both, like, jump directly into the wall. Oh, and mind you, you know who catches the doll at the end of the day?
The fat
because they have this British kid. They find him and he's at his house alone. So they take him back to their house. This little menace demon child, and the British kid, catches the doll at the end of the day.
What the fuck, man?
I hated that movie. I hated it, but I also kind of loved it at the same time.
I'm gonna find that actor and try to beat his ass.
I'm going to send him death threats. This little 8-year-old British kid. I'm gonna threaten his life.
Him and his family's life. We actually started last night rewatching all the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
So we finished Spider-Man 1 last night. We're gonna finish 2 and 3 this weekend, and then we'll move on to The Amazing Spider-Man.
Nice.
What?
Nice.
What? 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 So that was it's been good. I haven't seen Spider-Man 1 in a long time, like a really long time, genuinely, probably since like 2008. And
I want to rewatch the original ones.
yeah,
The Maguire ones.
yeah, that's the one we were watching. It's good. It actually holds up pretty good. The CGI, or like not even really CGI per se, the visual effects are so funny. Like they're just so dopey. But it's good. It's a good time.
Well, yeah.
It's from 2002, so you can't expect too much. But it actually, for the time,
No
is
one's
really
no
good.
one's watching these movies is like, oh, this is a cinematic masterpiece. They're like, oh, this is funny. I like this.
Yeah, no, it's really good though. We're gonna do Spider-Man 2 and 3 this weekend, so I'm excited. Three for all the shit it gets is still a really, really cool time, really fun time in my opinion.
Yeah, I like the part where where Tobey Maguire like changes his hair.
Yeah,
And then and he does finger guns at every woman in New York City, and they all want to sleep with him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. My favorite part of Spider-Man 3 is when he backhands fucking Mary Jane.
Gives her a black eye, smacks her around.
No, man, I love that. I love the symbiote in that movie though. That was my first ever introduction to the symbiote as a character. So, and Venom. So it's like the OG.
So you would say that's a better introduction to Venom than like the introduction of Deadpool in X-Men Origins.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Deadpool and X-Men Origins looks like a fucking nutsack in human form.
He does. He really does. I don't even remember like his significance in the movie, honestly. Like I remember watching the movie, but I don't remember a ton about it. And then I rewatched like I think one of the first like times where Wolverine and him fight. I'm just like, "Oh, this is bad.
Yeah,
This isn't good."
yeah. No, the Deadpool movies though, like the actual Deadpool movies, are really fucking good though.
I only saw the first one. I thought it was pretty good.
You should see the second one.
liked it.
Second one's really good too. So they're pretty sick. So, and I think I'm not mistaken, I think they just announced Deadpool's officially in the MCU. So that's good. We'll get some crossover movies soon, I'm sure. Deadpool is an Avenger, dude. He's gonna slice Thanos in half.
Yeah, he just walks up and they do Endgame 2. And it's just the same movie in a different universe where Deadpool shows up and just decapitates Thanos.
Pretty much. But yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the end of the show.
Yeah.
I got you. So, if you enjoyed the show, be sure to drop a like if you're watching on YouTube or a comment down below. Let us know what you thought. As always, you can contact us in the comments section or via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Comments, questions, concerns, and death threats, all welcome. All will be read on the show. If you asked us to anyway. If you asked us not to, we won't. And as always, you can find us natively: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Pocket Casts, and of course the handy dandy RSS feed. And as I mentioned, youtube.com. Find us on there. And we do have an Instagram and TikTok, which we plan to do a lot more with in 2022. But as of now, nothing's probably done with it. So today was actually supposed to be our day, Chris, to go over our future plans, but Bovid round 2 happened. So
Yeah, that's odd, man. I just feel like COVID knows.
COVID, we are secretly the ones that are going to stop COVID. So it's trying to impede our progress. I mean,
I will fist fight COVID.
Apparently I already have. So, yeah, but that's it. Goodbye. Sweet prince. Sleep tight.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, my friend.